Hey ladies, and welcome back to another week of Practices of a Safe Woman. Now I know last time I ended the video saying we were going to talk about intuition, but I actually want to take a side trail this week. Intuition is a phenomenal study that I'm very excited about sharing with you, but this trail I'm about to take, I think prefaces very well the next several parts of our journey that we're going to be taking. Now, we started our journey with mindset, with preparedness versus paranoia and accepting our responsibility. And now we're going to be moving into more of the intuition and behaviors and practices of being safer and bettering our reactive defenses. But I want to precursor it with this idea, and that's the idea of pushing yourself to uncomfortable situations. And I don't mean putting yourself in dangerous situations, I mean uncomfortable for growth. Now, when we start talking about putting boundaries in place, that means maybe getting uncomfortable by speaking up for yourself, speaking up that someone's crossing a boundary that they shouldn't be crossing. We talk about discomfort for growth. We're talking about taking a class like your intro to pistol class that you've been wanting to take but you haven't, getting your concealed carry license, or asking for help in finding a holster or the right carry setup for you. It may look like getting uncomfortable and finally starting that jujitsu or that martial arts class that you know you need to start. And it means getting uncomfortable and taking some good force on force training classes that'll really open your eyes to violence. And that's what I did this weekend. I really had an awesome experience with the Defensive Action Center out in Spokane, Washington. I got the opportunity with Jonathan to take a class called Violent Encounters. And let me tell you, the moment we signed up is the moment where the regret started kicking in, because I knew this class was going to make me extremely uncomfortable. I was going to show me how badly I would do in certain situations, and it was going to show me how much more training I needed to incorporate into my life. But let me tell you, even though I drove up to that center and I was listening to the instructor with butterflies and anxiety, I would not change it at all. I regret nothing about that class. And let me tell you why. Because we started the class with very little classroom portion. We didn't discuss a lot of concepts. We really just got thrown into the ring. Now, he prefaced it with a safety brief. It's not like we just threw ourselves in and threw caution to the wind. But he wanted to get us in the right mindset. And he started us off by grappling on the floor for a minute straight. Not with each other, not with my spouse, not with the girl my age and my skill level in the classroom, but with the instructor himself, the police officer who has helped train SWAT teams, who knows what he's doing. Not only did we get to grapple with him, but we also got to grapple with our assistant instructors, who are taller, stronger, and a lot more experienced than myself. Standing on the side of that mat, I did start to hyperventilate and I did get really, really nervous. But I tell you what, when you just accept the fact that you've got to get uncomfortable and you've got to put yourself in these situations, you come out on the other side both empowered and encouraged. Empowered to know that I can get through this situation, but also encouraged to my skills aren't that good. I should probably increase that a little bit. Now, if you see in these videos, I had a great opportunity to have an instructor who was pushing me through these situations, encouraging me on how to overtake these individuals. But he also encouraged me, hey, now you know what it's like to fight for a minute with someone who has no intent to kill you. Imagine doing that for the first time in real life with someone who wanted to hurt you. And that really opened my eyes. Hey, I need to start that martial arts training so I can take care of myself. I need to push myself to get a little bit more uncomfortable. Not only that, this class really pushed me to get uncomfortable with an actual scenario of being attacked by someone. Now, it's a very controlled environment. It's where you have a OPFOR individual, the aggressor, approaching you and attacking you, and you need to respond. Everything is supervised by the instructor. There's a lot of safety measures put in place. But I was approached and ambushed at an ATM. Now, I thought I knew a lot about de-escalation and about getting through a situation with some basic steps, but this actually showed me that there is no checklist. There is no ABC perfect equation that'll get you out of every situation. No, and when the aggressor didn't comply with what I wanted to go on, I had to get creative and uncomfortable and find ways out of this situation. Now, fortunately, I did. I got out of the situation, and I was so blessed that I was able to do it in a situation that was controlled, that I knew I would go home safely, and that I knew I couldn't actually get hurt. But imagine I'd never done that, and I waited until it happened in real life to learn that ABCD equations don't always apply, to learn that, hey, the bad guy might not always fall for my tactics. So I had to get uncomfortable this weekend to push myself to grow, to open my eyes to more training I needed to do, and some things I need to incorporate in my own self-defense journey. So, ladies, when I talk about getting uncomfortable, I want you to push yourself to come out of your comfort zone with the rest of our journey. It means reshaping your mindset, listening to your anxiety, your triggers, your voice in the back of your head, your gut feeling. It means listening to the boundaries you've put in place, that if someone crosses, you know they don't have your good intentions in mind. It means getting uncomfortable by putting tools on your person that allow you to defend yourself, and getting uncomfortable to actually going to this class and learning how to use the tool in an effective way. So, ladies, as we continue our journey, I just want you to know I'm getting uncomfortable too. I'm also pushing myself. And I really wanted to show you guys that so that you're encouraged to do it as well. And then also you're encouraged to push yourself. So, ladies, as we get into the rest of our journey, talking about intuition, boundaries, different tools you can start applying to your everyday carry, I want you to be encouraged, and I want you to better your reactive defense by getting uncomfortable.